Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. So this is my very first video on my own personal channel. And I want to dedicate this channel to making beauty tips, making makeup tutorials, story times, vlogs, Q&As, you name it, everything on the tube. You already mean, you know what I mean. Okay, so I want to start out by telling you some stuff about me, but not everything, because I can go on and on and on and on and on. You already know, So I am 19 years old. Okay, I am a cat lover. I love cats. Already, I love animals in general, but main are cats. My favorite color, it is blue and pink. You can't go wrong with those. I don't know if I said how old I was, but I am 19. I am a Scorpio. Scorpio gang. Don't hate on it. Psych, I'm playing. What I want to be when I grow up, I'm already grown, first of all. I always wanted to become a veterinarian. I have such a big passion for animals, but I do not have the heart to put them down, first of all. That is so sad. I am Chihuahuense. I am from Juaritos. You already know, the best part of Mexico. I am, married. First of all, I am gay. My name is Gay. Yeah, that's some stuff about me. I'm gonna save some of the stuff, so my next video, it is going to be a Q&A, so you can learn something about me. So comment down below what you want to know about me, and I'll answer your question. Okay, so for today's video, I am going to tell you guys the very worst experience, the worst job I've ever worked my whole life. Literally, it's changed me in a way, and it has to do something with men in general. I don't like men. This makes me want to dislike men even more, literally. And it is hard to be a woman every day, because you never know, everywhere I go, I would get sexualized or just sexually harassed, literally. So let me tell you a story of the worst 5-6 months of my life working at this place. So I live with my wife and my kid.
Stay hydrated.
So my wife was the only one working, and we couldn't afford, just basically we were having financial issues, and I couldn't find a job because I recently moved from Colorado to Arizona. So I was in need to having a job, because it's not fair for her to work and not me have a job or whatever. So literally I started new. I started a new life. I basically just literally moved to a whole new state, and I don't know where is where. So it was hard, and it took a minute for me to get a job. And so she told me hey, go apply here, and I was okay, can you take me? So I go apply to this place, and they actually told me that the same brand or whatever you want to call it, the same restaurant name or whatever, but in different places or whatever. So they told me like, hey, they're hiring over there, but it's like so far from where you live, but they're hiring ASAP. And then I talked to my wife about it, and she was like, just go ahead, you know, right now we need the money, so who cares? So I was like, okay, well then let's go apply. So then this guy sends me, so the guy that I went to go apply with sent the manager, the owner, my number, and immediately he messaged me like, hey, you know, like, are you available, like this and this and this, do you want to come in and we can have like an interview or whatever? So I was like, yeah, sure, man, yeah. And so literally like the next day I had the interview with the guy, and I don't know, it just feels so weird because it's just a Mexican restaurant, and I can't do, I don't want to be racist. I don't want to be racist against my own race or anything, but I just can't do Mexicans or Hispanics in general, literally. So we talked about like my hours, my hourly pay, or whatever, etc., etc. So then he told me like, he's like, I mean, if you want, you can come in like today, start today. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, I'm scared. I'm like a really shy person. And then he's like, okay, we'll come in tomorrow and you're hired. And I was like, that's it? That's it? But I was happy though, because I had a job. And so I told my wife like, hey, y'all, like, you know, I got hired, and we were all happy and stuff. And from that moment, I didn't know my life was going, and from that moment, I didn't know my life was going to be pure hell. And so yeah, goes on from there. So I was excited, to be honest. I was excited to have this job, and you know, we were both excited or whatever. So next day comes, right? I'm getting ready for work, and I was telling her, I was like, I'm scared, you know, I'm shy or whatever. And she's like, you'll be fine, I was like, okay. And not only that, I've never had experience a fast food restaurant at all. So I was so new, so I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen or whatever. So I go in, and then they didn't, like, they knew I was the new girl or whatever, and then I stood outside in the lobby just standing like a lost puppy. Like, nobody even told me to like, hey, come in, welcome in, you know, my name is this, my name is that. Like, nothing at all. They're like, okay, just go in the other way. Like, literally like 10 minutes it took them to tell me, come in here. Literally like 10 minutes. So I was like, okay. And so the owner's wife, she was like, hi, like, nice to meet you. She didn't even tell me her name, no nothing. So she told me, she just told me, oh, the burritos are gonna be here, the tacos are gonna be here, this and this and that, good luck. And she left me alone. Literally, nobody even trained me at all. So I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I've never had experience with the little machines or anything. I lied, I had experience, but I really didn't have experience. So yeah, and then it wasn't a very busy neighborhood, so it was busy all the time. And literally, I was in the front lobby, and there's a drive-thru, but I was in the front, and she left. So it was just me and this other girl. So the manager's wife left, and literally not even nobody trained me at all. She just told me this and this and this and this and this. Not even like mija, you know, hi, I'll be here, you know, I'll take the orders and you just watch so you can learn. No, the bitch just fucking, excuse my language, the lady just left, literally. So it was in the morning, which was the busiest, and it was a weekend, and so I took the front, and then I was having so much trouble, and then people were looking at me, and I have anxiety, so I get like those panic attacks or whatever, And then I asked the girl, like, hey, can you help me? And then she's like, yeah. And then she started getting mad at me, like, stop interrupting me. Like, bitch, I'm new here. Excuse my language. Or whatever. El puro por adelante. Okay, so the guys are like, for everything, like they sexualize everything. So I've noticed that they just stared a lot. And then if I go like to the back to go put some trays or whatever, they were like, I would feel them stare, literally. And I caught one guy just looking at me like, I was those nasty old Mexican old ass niggas, like, no. And they would just make like slick comments, like, dude, you're not slick at all. And so in the beginning it wasn't as bad as it was towards the end. So the owner, he had basically his family working for him, and there was this one time where I had the night shift from 4 to 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's for good hours or whatever. His brother was working my shift, so we were working our shift together. And he asked me to help him throw some boxes away, and I didn't get why he needed my help, but there was like literally 2 boxes and he needed my help. But let me tell you again, he's old, so it's like, okay, might as well just help him because I'm a very good person and I have a big heart. We go throw the stuff away, and then I tried to walk behind him, but he walked slower, and like he would always like try to walk behind me. So I was like, I wasn't even thinking or whatever. So we throw the stuff away, and then when we come back, we run away back into the restaurant. He stops me, he's like, hey. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, you don't know how bad I want to smack your butt. And I was like, are you serious? Like, who the hell are you talking to? I was like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh hell no. And I didn't say anything because I was scared, because it was dark and it was just me and him alone in the restaurant. So I was like, I ain't gonna do that shit. So I go back inside, and then I stay in the front, literally. Like, I stay in the front and he's out in the back cooking. And then I was so grateful that the managers or the owner's nephew came in, and so it's just the 3 of us the whole night. Literally, it was so fucking scary. And not only that, like, so there's just 2 girls in the front taking the orders, and then like 3 guys, or 2 guys, but they're older, doing the kitchen, sometimes 3. And the whole time that I've worked there, like, I've told them, like, hey, you know, like, I'm gay, you know, I don't like men or nothing, period. And all they did, they were like, you just need good dick, so you can be like straight or whatever. And it just basically just sexually harassed me the whole time because I was gay, literally. And just, I don't want to get too much into details because I do have family. Just basically just a bunch of stuff about me and my sexuality, and just so disgusting that I never even imagined that and can get to that, to the point where I was just tired. Even the manager, even the owner sexually harassed me. The owner, the freaking owner. Every man that worked for that dude sexually harassed me for 5-6 months straight. And I called it quits. I was like, I'm not gonna work here no more, like, at all. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And I told my wife the reason why I quit, and she went off on the manager. Like, literally, she went off. And I would have put a police report on it, but I know police nowadays, they don't give a shit about nobody. And all they say is, if there's no evidence, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. But this was one of the worst experience I've had working. And it's horrible how men can just say that type of stuff and not feel anything. Like, what if it was your wife, or what if it was your daughter, what if that was your granddaughter, or whoever, what if that was part of your family, you know, going through that? Like, you wouldn't like it, so why would you do it to other girls, you know? My leg to sleep. And I get scared of men. Like, men are just disgusting. And I know it's not every man, but the majority it is. And it's scary to be a woman, because just men like to take advantage. I just have one of the worst experiences with men, and men can be really evil. And it's not one of the reasons why I'm gay. I am gay because I was born this way, but it does give me more reason why to be thankful that I'm gay, literally. I don't want to say that much detail into this video because that is something so personal for me, but this is the least, but this is the least effective part of my experience there. So it was like, literally, like, there's much more worse, but this is the least worst experience. But to those girls out there that are going through the same thing, speak up, record as much as you can, put up police reports about it, because it's not okay. It's really not okay, you know? So that is it. And I know it's so boring, but I don't care. So put a thumbs up, comment down below and ask me questions. What do you want to ask me? In the next video I will be doing a Q&A. And if you can please subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it so much. And hit that bell button, and we'll see you next time.